everyone. My name is Moselle, and I am coming to you with a new blog called I Come Out of the Closet. I being spelled E.Y.E. Express yourself everywhere. And I'm just here speaking my truth to you. This blog will cover an array of subjects: spirituality, domestic violence, child abuse, any form of abuse, emotional, mental, and physical. We will be talking about everything under the sun, but those will be the my main goals to discuss: bringing awareness to oppression and domestic abuse and child abuse. Really, it's been put on my heart. It was put on my heart a long time ago, but I didn't feel qualified to talk about it because I didn't even understand what I was going through. I didn't even understand why I was attracting certain situations. But what I do know is that I'm no longer embarrassed to speak about my situations. I'm no longer embarrassed to, I kept saying, oh, I can't talk about that. I do not want to talk about that while I'm going through it. How am I supposed to help somebody else? And I'm sitting here going through the fire, right? I'm going through this fire, and then I want to help somebody else. Who am I? I'm not qualified. And I had to finally answer my calling and say, my story is not for me. My story is for you. Whoever I'm talking to out there, it is for you. And I started attracting people that were going through some of the same things or very similar things. And I realized I wasn't alone. And I realized these women needed help. And I was helped by a woman who experienced the same things that I experienced. And she happened to, become my therapist. And when I tell you that between growing my spirituality and connecting with God in a totally different way, Yahweh, source, creator, whatever you would call the creator, that is where my goals lay. The goal was to be so close to God that I can hear the voice and I know the voice. And oh man, I wish that I could have heard the voice way sooner, and I could have got out of many situations. However, if I would have listened to the voice, then I wouldn't know what you're going through. I wouldn't know. But here in on this channel, I will not, what I say is not the law, okay? What I say is law for me. What I say is my experience, and I invite you to use the grocery store method. I invite you to leave take what you need and leave the rest on the shelf. That is the grocery store method. It has helped me because sometimes we're not ready to hear certain things. Sometimes we may reject what we're hearing and we may want to criticize it, but it may not be what we're ready for, or it just may not be for you. However, it's back here. If it's necessary, if it's for you, it'll go into your subconscious and it'll come up at the perfect time, I promise you. And, that's the beauty of the universe. That's the beauty of the way things work. And I feel like fear was created, negativity, all of these things were created to show us who we are not and to help us who seek to be who we truly are to really absolutely realize that. So there is a need for, the negativity and everything. There's a need for it because if the world was perfect, then you wouldn't know who you are. You, in reference to it, you can only know love if you know fear or hate or its opposite. So here I am. I am open to you and I'm willing to share myself with you. I'll be sharing talents with you. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I have gone through the fire. I have gone through it. I was wondering, Lord, when am I going to get out of it? And I was like, I cannot teach, going through this, but we'll never stop going through the fire. It's all about how we handle it. It's all about how can we find peace in the midst of it? How can we find peace in the midst of all that's going on and surrounding you? I saw this story on Facebook today, and it was beautiful. He it was a man on an island, and he was stranded, and he, you know, built a hut finally, and he went back, and the hut caught on fire, and he was upset, and he was, Lord, why did you do this to me, or whatever he said, and he lost everything that he built. That's all he had. Well, the next day he got rescued by a boat, a ship, and they said that we saw your smoke signal. And so the lesson was, he would have never thought to do the smoke signal, but there had to be something that was disrupted in his life for his life to be saved. And that's what's going on with us. All this disruption, that it looks like you are being primed and you are being built. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, if you live in a crazy life and you just keep choosing to go the opposite way, that's just that's God working in your favor, or, the creator working in your, or, you're working against the creator. You're working against what you are created for, in essence. And I am here to help those who are looking to walk the path to get closer to their creator. I'm in school for spiritual coaching and hypnotherapy, and I'm excited. And I'm I'm ready. I'm ready to share myself with you. I did a radio show last year, and when I did it, oh Lord, I was like, I didn't get any feedback. I did it on child abuse, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. And I didn't get feedback. And I got people to say that, LaDonna, you did great. You did a great job. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. But I want to know, did it touch you? Did it educate you? Did it give you what you needed at that time? And no one gave me that feedback necessarily. So a year later, almost, a friend of mine came to me, and she told me her story finally, and I was appreciative that she would even share that with me. And she told me that show really helped her. And I was so surprised, and I was thankful, because I actually stopped doing the show because I didn't think that it helped anyone. And I was like, and then I was going through life myself, and I just went back to saying, well, maybe I'm not qualified, and that was me being an ego, thinking about myself and how I'm looking and how I'm not, whatever. Plant the seed. That seed was planted on my heart, and it was planted to share. And there's been so many seeds that I've been hoping to share, but afraid of what you would think. And so here I am standing before you, and I am no longer afraid. I will be speaking my truth, and I hope that you can benefit. Share, subscribe, love me, hate me, do whatever you want, but don't abuse me. And if you do, you will be driven out. Have a great day.